Now that we've finally arrived at our job site after going over all the basic tools that you'll need to lay your floor, we're going to go over subfloor preparation and take you through the basic steps that you'll need to know when putting down your Lahnstein floor. The first thing we're going to go over is the type of subfloor. Currently, we're going to be going over an OSB subfloor and then covering that OSB with Luan. What OSB is, it's known as oriented strand board. And what it is it's chipboard that comes in 4x8 sheets. In new construction, generally they use 3/4 inch. Now we're going to be covering this OSB with what is known as Luan. And Luan is real thin plywood that just gets stapled down on top of this OSB. So we're going to go over to where we're going to be laying our floor, and we're going to show you how to fasten this Luan down to the subfloor so that you'll be ready to start laying your wood floor plank.
Okay, now that we've got this Luan staple down, I can tell you what we've used. We've got an 18 gauge staple gun that's got a 1/4 inch crown on these staples here, and I've got a 3/4 inch leg. That's just the length of it. You can go like a 1 inch if you prefer, but both of them will work. And so now that we've got all this down, the next step is going to be to undercut all the places that the wood needs to tuck in where there's no shoe mold that's going to go up to it. Shoe mold is going to run along here on this baseboard, which this is the area that we're going to start the floor. We're going to snap a line here. But this piece right here, from the stair coming down, part of the stringer, we're going to undercut that and all the door jambs, and then we're going to snap a line and get going. Okay, now that we're going to undercut, I'd like to point out that I've got a professional type undercut saw that's set up at 3/8 of an inch. Basically, if you look at the blade here, you can see that it's set up for the thickness of the flooring. So all I have to do is undercut. I don't have to adjust anything. This machine's already set up for it. For most homeowners, if you want to go to like a regular Home Depot store or a place like that, you can find a hand undercut saw, set it on the board, and keep it flat. Keep in mind you got to keep it flat, because when you're undercutting, it'll basically undercut the thickness of this flooring if you leave it right on the same floor that you're going to put down. But today we're going to use this one here. It's a little faster for me to get the job done to show you. And you want to make sure too, you also want to wear a safety type glasses when you're doing this, because little pieces of wood can fly out of here. Now that we've got all these undercut, we're going to use this longest wall to snap a line from. We're going to measure out a couple marks, run a chalk line from the full length of it, snap it, and that will give us our starting point to start this job. We're going to move across, all the way across this floor and start it. Okay, now we're going to make the first mark here. We're using 3-inch flooring, so we're going to go 3 1/4 inches on this mark. We're going to do 2 of them, one down there, one right here. And if you're using 4-inch, you'd want to go 4 1/4, 5-inch, go 5 1/4. Just add 1/4 on the thickness. So we got the first mark there, and I think we'll put one right here. Just so we get a 3 1/4. And that's where we're going to make the mark. Okay, we're going to snap this chalk line now. We've got it on both marks, and you want to keep it right on them. You don't want to be off a little. Try to keep it on as best you can. Keep some tension on it, and that's all it takes.